Van Helsing, directed by Stephen Sommers and released in 2004, is an action-adventure horror film that introduces us to the legendary monster hunter Van Helsing. The film begins in Transylvania, 1887, with Dr. Victor Frankenstein creating life with the help of Count Dracula. But when Frankenstein becomes horrified at what they've done, Dracula kills him, leaving his monster, the creature, Schuler Hensley, to flee with his creator's body. The villagers, however, pursue and seemingly destroy the creature in a windmill fire. Fast forward 1 year to Paris, we're introduced to Gabriel Van Helsing, Hugh Jackman, a monster hunter working for the Vatican. Despite suffering from amnesia, Van Helsing is efficient at his work, eliminating threats like Mr. Hyde, Robbie Coltrane. After the mission, he's assigned to go to Transylvania to help the last of the Valerius family defeat Count Dracula, Richard Roxburgh, thereby fulfilling a vow their family made to the church. In Transylvania, Van Helsing meets Anna Valerius, Kate Beckinsale, the last of her lineage, who is determined to kill Dracula and end the family curse. Anna, initially distrusting, eventually teams up with Van Helsing after a battle with Dracula's brides results in her brother's death. Van Helsing, through his friar sidekick Carl, David Wenham, learns about Dracula's origins and his ties to the Frankenstein monster. Dracula needs Frankenstein's monster to bring his thousands of offspring to life. The offspring are born dead, as Dracula himself is undead. Van Helsing and Anna, in their quest, discover Frankenstein's monster alive, hiding in a cave. The monster, unlike its portrayal in many other adaptations, is intelligent and sensitive, begging Van Helsing to let him live. Van Helsing, seeing the creature's human side, agrees. Eventually, they confront Dracula in his castle, and a series of battles ensue. Dracula reveals that he is Gabriel, the left hand of God, and Dracula is the fallen angel he failed to kill. In a fit of rage, Van Helsing turns into a werewolf, the only creature that can kill Dracula, due to a previous bite from Velkin, who had become a werewolf, and he kills Dracula, thereby lifting the curse on the Valerius family. However, the joy is short-lived, as the werewolf curse consumes Van Helsing, and he inadvertently kills Anna as she was trying to inject him with the cure. Carl manages to administer the antidote to Van Helsing, turning him back into a human. In the film's conclusion, Van Helsing and Carl hold a funeral for Anna, and the monster takes a raft out to sea. Van Helsing, mourning Anna's death, sees her and her family ascend to heaven, their vow fulfilled. As he howls in grief, the film ends. Van Helsing is a dark and adventurous romp through classic monster mythology, tying together the stories of Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, and werewolves, with Van Helsing as the relentless haunted hunter at the center.